Ye frame me abna Usua. Na me wa konto mu Germany, Frankfurt, na me hu sofo bi e wo Facebook so. Na me hu sofo na meeting na no kasa te ne o chechire mu na otimi se aso wa ben e wo nyamesuro ni mu ye. Enti me fa ne number na me frɛ no. Enti obey adamfo na de bia na ofrɛfrɛ me. Abna ho te sen wo frɛ dwuma pon na magye so an. Enti me ne adamfo na me che o che me se opɛ me. Na me ka che so me ne papa bi kwa na ye den e wo ho no mo na ase aye on and off ade. E mo no kra ba kire mu che apa no wo bi foforo enti me forget no. Eye osofo no. Eye sofo no. Sofo no eje. Na me ka che se ne me ba Ghana na me kura no. Me ne be matena me ntimi ne be ma nya hwe. Na Germany abonte so me ni mpena bia wo ho me mfa mpena wo ho kra da. Enti me ye se me ba Ghana na me mpana mpa me du me nan na me ba Ghana. Osofo e ho. Na o ka kire me so obetimi kra aboa me ayi bibia ma nipa na me ne te no. Me ne na ka bom. Aso osofo ne ka kire me ne se before no be ya de na de ama me no. Eye sofo eje. O se chi se o de mimi oni mada e de mimi ho spams afra eduro no. Poso we ye pantoma osofo akwanche kasi ya de spams na ye osofo akwanche ama ye de spams na ye osofo akwanche atina ye de spams na ye kanje guma me ne enko enti o kan sa pe na me se na me nipa ne me dono panti nya de metima ye den ayesa anti ma anye e no se anya den mama na emieja na spams obenya no e enko ne me beda na ko wo de me ho spams no e de afraid ro na wo se me fa koye be ma no e na me ka che se me ntimi nya sa de no enti ma anye e na me ka che ne se me wo ho no ma me ntimi be ma ne me twempra kwa me ntimi ne na enti no feeling bomb oni bi ne wo na jonso so a e ya me hu so obi ni me beda e no e na jo se ne sa de a obobo me ho ban obe bambo e de ama me and I'm see you any waka my de mate. Into a many do not share me some membrano because no Jimmy some sika 11 million. Also for I'm and auntie any or the team I bet you ha. Now so for so titia betri. Yeah, Ghana ma. And I may say so for no titia betri. What the blade? My betty ha. Peja me I don't see anti peja to so. Ti or titi wa betting the other day. Also obo me ho ban. Sir. And I may say obo for any Any nyankopon obambofo ne hwan oni nyame na so anti na osofo no dwane koto ma na do ho akoto asem ti otete enti otete ma beti na me se me de mi hu bi da ma ne hye bibi kura okura mu de ma me de nyame anim ne kura ni me kohwie guye o hye bibi okura mu ai me hwie gu wie na me hu se kotre ekura em se ekura pa na dem na me se na we de enti but man ka hwe anche na me ka yen se.
All right, viewers, welcome welcome you to Kingdom Update today. Today, the topic we are discussing is a German lady that traveled to Ghana, met whatever she wanted to see. The reason why I'm saying she met what she wanted to see was this one. She found a pastor, according to her, she found someone that looked like a pastor on social media, and then she communicated with this so-called pastor, went to Ghana, and this is what happened. Is the man really a pastor? This is what she's talking about. If you have listened to everything she said before now, you will know that the story is something that we have to all dig into. She's going to talk about the story again, how she met the pastor she's told you, and she's going to tell you how everything turned out. As we speak, many things have happened to her, but you need to listen. I'll be interpreting the language to you so that you will understand if you are finding difficulty understanding what she's saying. But it is a very pathetic story. Let's hear her out right from the scratch one more time. God bless you. It's your brother Koda on Koda TV. Today is Kingdom Update. God bless you.
Ye frame me abna Usua. Na me wa konto mu Germany, Frankfurt. Na me hu sofo bi e wo Facebook so. Na me hu sofo na.
So she's called Abna Usua. She lived in Germany, in Frankfurt. She found a pastor on social media. Don't rush, don't hesitate, don't hurry into thinking that was a pastor, but then she thought the person was a pastor.
Tina no kasa tene o chechire mu na otimi se aso wa ben e wo nyamesuro ni mu ye enti me fa ne number na me frɛ no enti obey adamfo na de bia na ofrɛfrɛ me abna ho te sen wo frɛ dwuma pon na magye so an enti me ne adamfo na me che me se opɛ me. And I'm catching me near papa be crying, e wo ho no mo na ase aye on and off ade
mo no kra be kire which is apa no wo be foforo ntimi forget no sofo no
According to this lady, she thought the guy was a pastor, but what happened shocked her because this guy claiming to be a pastor proposed love to this lady, and the lady was shocked according to her because that guy thought was too bad.
And I make a chance and remember Ghana, na me kura no, me ne be matna, me ntimi ne be ma nyahwe, and the Germany abonte so, me nim pna bia wo ho, me fa mpna wo ho krada. Enti me say meba Ghana na me mpana pa me du me nan na me ba Ghana. Me be du Ghana apɛ na me course of we ho. E na o ka kire me so obetimi kra aboa me ayi bibia ma nipa na me ne te no. Me ne na ka bom. Aso osofo ne ka kire me ne say before no be ya de na de ama me no. Eye sofo ejei. E o say chi say o de mimi oni mada e de mimi ho spends afra eduro no.
Okay, so this is what the pastor was trying to achieve. The pastor told this lady that the man she's with, if she's having problems, according to what the lady told this guy. And you see, some people go to some so-called spiritualists and they tell their stories to them and they use it against them. She told this man that wanted to sleep with her, the pastor you found on social media, first time you found him, he has expressed his intentions already. But the lady still went ahead and visited this man. The man said to this lady that she could do something for her so that the man that she's with in Germany, their relationship will be stable. Okay. And then, so this lady said, all right, what can we do? Then the man decided to sleep with her and use their discharge to prepare concoction for her to go and use. And this man is claiming to be a pastor. Listen to the story. Very, very sad story.
Hey! Poso, when you pantoma, also for a quencher, because you had the sperms na ye. Also for a quencher, Ama,
ye the sperms na.
Also for a quencher,
until I the sperms na.
Can you go, mammy, and quote?
80 or can't happen. I'm say, na me nipa ni me dono panty, ya de me to my head. I yes, auntie man yet. And I'll say,
and ya then, Mamma name me, don't mamma, sperms so be your way.
And call me better. Now, what the mimi hospens no, Eddie afraid, now, see me fan for your bear man. And I'm a catching some mean to me, yes, I didn't. Ain't it, man, and I'm catching a semi or honoma. Mean to me, Beman, me trim, mean to me, and that. Ain't you know,
feeling bump on the beak. And the one
Johnson Swa, I am who so be me better. And I just send a idea of over me home buying, obey a bambo, Eddie, mammy. And I'm see you anywhere come my mate. Until many doing not semi because
this lady is saying that the guy wanted to sleep with her and then the lady decided to say no because she claims she loved the person she's with at the moment. But mind you, this lady already has a kid. And then this guy decided to come up with all sort of things. And then the lady said she even struggles to sleep with other men. She struggles to even sleep with the man she dates. So she could not do this with this man. But guess what happened?
Yes, 11 million.
So to start with, he started by collecting 11 million from her money. In Ghana cedis, 11 million is like 1,100 Ghana cedis, which if you bring it to Australia, spread it into like 4 or 5, you can get about 1,000. So we're looking at about $200 or $300.
Now, so far, so Titia Bettery. Yeah, Ghana ma.
And I may say,
so for no Titia Bettery. What the blade? Peja me, I don't see any Peja to so. Or Titia betting the other also, or me home by.
So you see what the lady was showing around her shoulder. The so-called pastor is giving her some spiritual enablement to be able to protect her. So she's saying that the pastor did some cuts with some blade or something, put something in it and said that is going to protect her. But this lady said she was looking for a pastor. So your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what people are looking for. If you are looking for a pastor, you know where to find one. Why social media? So this is the problem I have with some other people. She's making a statement that if you go to a pastor, then you run into trouble. This is a wrong statement. A wrong statement, complete wrong statement. One, how did you look for a pastor? Even if you are looking for a job, you look online, you search. If you need something, you look for somebody that knows better than you and you ask for help. You are looking for a pastor. You claim you've never been to church before. So can you find a good pastor yourself? No. And who told you pastors live on social media? What we all do on social media does not mean anybody is anything. Okay, there are good pastors, there are bad pastors. So if you went there and you said you were looking for a pastor and now you got there, who told you pastors are sleeping with women? That is not true. It's not the standard. So if you end up in any pastor's hand like that, that should tell you that person is not a pastor. So I would have expected this lady to have stopped her from saying pastor, because this is why people keep, dragging the name of the pastoral ministry into mud. This guy was not a pastor, but you will listen and you will know whether he's a pastor or not. You will see whether this guy is a pastor.
Enti o the team abeti na me de me hu bi da ma ne hye bibi kura okura mu de ma me de anyame nim nukura ni me kohwie gu ye o hye bibi okura mu ai me hwie gu wie na me hu se kotre ekura em se ekura pa na dem na se ei na we de enti but man ka hwe anche na kan se maye enti ade che ye no ka che me se o se na me siri ka se me pe bambo no ene de o wo bi o ho no mo be frɛ no Emma ba kone na be sad na ede ma me na msi oh sa enti mani man of frɛ na odi phone to speaker minim nipa kro na odi nipa kone ka se no se o madam bi free Germany ede aba na se ne o kire nsɛm so opɛ bambo ne de minim ho akwankyerɛ bia enti wo na aye papa pani mu a betima ede
aye papa pani na o ye ne sofo pani na o ye ne spiritual father
o se wo ye ne spiritual father onto o frɛ no na oni medi nkomo enti wo frɛ no no na nipa no so no e ka kire me say oh ene o tete se de me make animu de ene me hia bibi efe ne boa me enti o ka se me hia bibi efe ne boa me na me say na papa e de ne boa me.
So you see, this pastor she went to through social media did the incision, put something in there. Now this pastor says that what the lady is looking for he could not do, so he was going to refer her to another person. Check this. You went to the first person, you realized he was a wrong person. You didn't let it end there. You allowed him to ring somebody else and referred you to another person whom he said was his spiritual father. And then you agreed and traveled from Accra to Kumasi to meet the person, the first person you don't like. And the first person you don't like referred you to another person who is more stronger than him. And you are still saying you still didn't know what was going on? Shocking. So listen to what happened. Now she's been referred to another spiritualist or whatever.
No, so to me, I bought me home buying a me frisa and not Nissan and money na feno on me becasa on me so bad ebenante and I'm see you any what mate and to me busana sent or yes I the mamma or Benjamin saying or say or Benjamin sika 9 million. Nam si mate and I want na me san send 9 million the year at the man and you I share was baba. Eh ebnada ababe adekro obeso ye de oye de bom ho ban no enti ebnada ne du ye no wa ama e na me frɛ osofo ejeyi na me se osofo wo papa na anya de wa ama e na o se wanya ahoho enti no wontimi nye de emma chi se me e na me mra kuma se na me se ye me tu we me bu me nsa me ntimi ntu kwan enti ne be ne den e na oma ne sofo no a oka ne papa pani no e frɛ me. Enti o frame on make kasa na o ka che me say oh memra na e fe ne se me ono kra na e ho no o ye oba na obu nsa unsi ho no mo enti no wo de memra na me ba wo be ya mamra bia ma na ye de ateme ho enti mitutu ana mo menim kuma ase in fact me menim kuma ase enti me be nyina na course a me fe ne sa na mo de be hia me kwan me kodu ho na e Sunday na ade enso aye den asa but de me hu ya ne se o mu nyina mo fie o nyina mo hye ntade fita na me say na we de abena he fon ma ba pie enti me te wono mo sa na obusa me say wo na wo ye ejei ahoho na o free Germany aba na na e na me se mpacho ai e na o ka che na kola ba ko so mo mfa me niema emfa nko ono ne dem enti me do dem ho no empa ne da fom akonya ni ho bibie ni ho e na o che me se me ntina se na o ba ba nima be di nkomo konfo by me kona me hu se oye konfo
so for na da ne konfo
ai e wona me hu se oye konfo because no akọ ro na tare fita na hye frugu awo na tare fita na hye frugu afi de metempa no so anti na nipa yi ba mi a mi ase mi ntimi hye me ho so nipa ne be mintimi hye me ho ze me hu ya ne se meti en eda sumie so a be ma no ye konfo no butu me so ode ne batakali nyina butu me so iti ase me dwen wa mentia se na me say
So viewers, what happened was when this lady moved from the first fake guy to the fake guy's senior fake guy, who when she got to that place, it was a bit dark, it was late in the evening. So they took this lady's luggage into the fetish priest's bedroom, because over there she saw at the entrance that they were wearing white robes, and they took their robes off and changed into something else, and then they took her belongings to the private room of this fetish man. And when they took everything there, this fetish guy came and sat with her, and in that room was only a bed. Okay, and so according to her, she sat on the bed, and the man came, stripped himself, sat beside her on the bed. The next thing, your guess is as good as mine.
Me cry den kwa se be ma de me no kra tena den kwa se me no kra be da na bibisa na me bu mi nsa enti me ka chen se mpa cho wo se me bu mi nsa eni kwa se me be en kra na de na me de me bu mi nsa na wo butu me so o se o wi a o de nchine kwa kokokoro ne ho ena me ka chen se me de me ntimi ne wo ne de enna anti na in fact na me ntimi hye me ho so but me mia me ne kan se me ntimi ne de enna
enti obutu so be ya oden
obutu me so na ofema no no so me mu sa na one me ye na opese oyi
na so afeel se no ai abna hermani me se hwe ba bia we ya abna mani hu no part 1 and 2 when you do bia ya wonim kura wonya kumasini uma kubaseda enso sofo say na spiritual father e wo kumase na oba kukudurufo wafa kai uduru ho obia shefufuo wanya kukuduro momfa ne kodem ma kukuduro mwasenya kukuduro no akowura ho ukọ empanko na da ho empa ye de yeden na wasa tena so na wabebutu so na ofefo ano abran to so o ma me
enti mi di 5 days na me bu mi nsawie ye no sada na numre na
that yenwie day 1 odo wakode wabebutu so me pese me hu ade kodie poten ne nia spiritual father conform ebaba katel mentwam wo ho kwa enko 5 days pese me hu nanum no a wudi ye niema ekoso e wo ho se wo ma ho kwan se wo ma ho kwan to so wo ma me today di ka obebutu so
obebutu me so ebe fefe ma no besuso me musa na me ka che ne se mi pa cho wo si obabu ni nsa akra o me obebi a wo ye adwuma na adan na wo hye wo frugu na de bebutu me so na me pa cho mintimi ne onye de enye sa enti o ka che me so owie akra na se be pene ma ne me da o de enchine be hohoro no ho no wa ye den wa sorry no okọ e na me ka che ne se me de menye enti ojae ye eda to so mienu obeye the same thing o sa bebutu me so eni me be yes ade na me ka che
anu be yes ade be
oni be fefe ma no be suso me mu ebe ni me be to mpasa se opso ni me da no yi ni be map so de se bi o de she base e na me ka che ne se da bi menye enti me kura musa se woni oba na te enti ade enti na unko oba na ho na me de uba me nchen o si o girl no ne ti no no she da mpeno na ho kire enti na ma oni ye den oni ne ti na se saa na msi a ena me de metwa so eto so miensa saa na ode ye me saa kopem enenum enti nenum ni we na ase num na mefi no ena obae no ni me bedae na one me da we no one me dae no ogusu na se bi obu ni pa o me so no o ma me dinse
pyro sum osinsawam jesu me ka sum osinsawam abna sum minti o sum ti o se on so sei wa ye yire ni na betia ketiketi o ye yire wo na pyro no akade
enti o ka kire me say.
Okay, viewers, this is where I want us to look at something with some of our sisters, right? You've been to a first fake pastor, he tried to sleep with you, first person, you didn't do it. You allowed the fake guy to forward you to another colleague of his to help you with your spiritual whatever. You were looking for a pastor. Now you've noticed you are not in any pastor's house. Now you are in the house of a fetish priest. The second fetish priest, the first day you got there, wanted to sleep with you, kissing you, holding you, fumbling you. You allowed it. You said no. Day 1. You stayed in the same house in his house for day 2. You stayed in his house, the same person's house, day 3. Day 4, day 5, and then he finally got to sleep with you. So whose fault is this? You were not tied in anything. You didn't say you were tied to any rope. You allowed yourself to stay there and tolerated it because he was telling you things you wanted to hear. And in the end, now you are here telling stories. Viewers, you are going to hear terrible things from this lady. You will be shocked. And during the time that the man got his way to sleep with this lady was made to cast some spells upon herself because that man is a fetish priest. He deals with other spirits. So now listen to what happened. And it's a shame. And this lady lives in Germany. She is well exposed. She has lived in Italy. She has traveled well. Her father has done well by taking her around to live in places where she could learn. She's learned a lot from her country. She's learned a lot around the world, but this is what she's doing. Well educated.
Obana one in it no. Onoso wa mane di nsi bi.
Abi yoba me say. Osem so payero no twam. Di asem no ka kire.
Osem me so payero no. O ka kire me say minni nse. Ese me fa be ma bia wasase so e ka ono kwamboache ne ho. Fuafa boache ho. Ena me ka kire ne say, "Eh, na de no ma me yesa de no obi amaba wunni me de. Ade nti ena one ma be yesa de no. O say we de menye sade ne fama no na enye ne bone so anti na nya menim nukure ni menim ade esi ye ne de eto me menim wo hwe ase de na me ye nyina no menim wo bibia enti okache me se oka na maka de nachi me abna wusu a me se me abna wusu a me frɛ esu epo me frɛ emframa me frɛ esu ahohom mo wo ewie mu nyina asase ase epo mu emu nyina ena na dwi na abo na 12 ena na dwi a me ne kwamboachi esia no
esia
me ne kwamboachi
o wo me sa be wo me se suhun kwan ko anim ena na dwu de som dumienu a
me ne kwamboachi no me mfa be ma bia wonachi enka no ho biom ekopem se mewu afri asase we so ena me ka sa edi chie afedi adachi ye no ena ofre me se sumaya bane so enti me what.
So viewers, what happened was this lady was made to cast a spell on herself that even though she's not married to this fake fetish priest guy, she was never going to have intimacy with any other man all her life, and she invoked all spirits and demons upon herself whilst having intimacy with this fake spiritualist. Guess what is going to happen? You'll be shocked.
There was an umbe frame. Me say sumaya bana sunti umbe sa omani da one ne kasa. Ntina me kwa no musa me say mama ne ne senam si o me na me frɛ say me pe bambo no na ebi kwa me ni obi wo hɔ no ma nipa no enche na me ni ba kɔ na yeden ejai na enam enna me ntimi ni ba kɔ na nyede enda wo kete sunti no ɛna ɔmo ka kyerɛ me say afi na me hyia be ma ɔyɛ ekunu ɛsɛ me yɛ de me ware no ɛyɛ okonfo boache no.
Asa nefi hwan no mu ba
efri suma na aba ono
na wan na ka hwan no nefri ba
efri konfo boache no so osesuma na ba ono no so osesuma no aba ono konfo boache no so e na ofre na yure no onware no ofre oba one na tena 8 years
ne nete
e wo fie ho ofre oba no ka kire oba ne se abna ono so di abna no so abna edebe nkom hye na meme hye ye be sesiese go say oba be fi akwento meba no fi Germany abonten so okutaba na oba no ono na ye komfo boache boafo no ne komfo boache yiri ankasa ma hye nkonwo ya to be sesiese go abna me kan saying.
You see what the trickster is doing to this lady. Well educated, well exposed. This guy, you went there, the guy has a woman with her in his house. He lives with a wife. A wife he has actually not even married properly, and you went to become a second or a third wife in the same house. And this guy is calling his wife in the house to come and tell you the prophecy he made in his house. What kind of mess is this? What's wrong with you? Women, what are you looking for? I mean, not women, it's people, human beings. What do we want? And then I should party. I got ticket from Germany to Ghana looking for a pastor. Okay, you didn't see any of the Duncan Williams. You never, the way you are speaking in Cree, it means you've lived in Ghana. You can't tell me because you've never been to church, you don't know there are good pastors in Ghana. You can't say that. You are speaking Cree like this, it means you've lived in Ghana. You know the system. You know a comfort. No one tricked you in anything. You knew what you were looking for.
And one girl no starting so osu. Until now, girl no su mama went to me and one cousin maku pe. And now or no for watching busa or banner say, and then you soon. It's a girl and casa. And now I cannot say come night and 2 man bannerson why the what to call. Enti ose wate kwa na me bufu ina me sorry na me yede me ko share dem enti na girl ni so na wosu na me se comfort ba chire ka che se he se wan ka won wontum na wonim na ma girl we pack ne niam fifi akwa so pack won niam na di nachi enti mi shedem wo sada eyi abena no edisu e ba no sister me pa chow obu nkotodwe e wo mpa na edafo na mete so no no sister me pa chow me nko why na wo kwa be ma matena no ho 8 years ago nie enti se wo kwa sister ebe pamo me ma breye me busiafo nyina apo me na obi akra fi me enti no se wo kwa be ma ebe pamo me because of wo nti me busa sa abena de na wo kasa sa na se be ma watena no ho 8 years ago adenti ene wo hu oba fofra me wo hu me kra nche ye wo ma na tete wo sei sa na oye wa na sister ne sa abena wo ba he dia ma be fia ha then so nkwa.
You see the problem. This lady, you've been to this guy's house, there is a woman there. And the guy is threatening the woman in front of you that if that woman misbehaves and gets issues with you in that house and you leave, that lady was going to be in trouble. But you attest to the fact that that is a wife to this man who is trying to date you right in the face of his wife. So what treatment were you expecting this man to give you after he has already had you? Seriously, this is a story that I want us to learn from. You are a woman. You've gone to meet a man that wants to date you. He's a fetish priest. He has lied to you about his identity. Now, he wants to date you right in the presence of his wife. And then he's telling his wife, threatening words that his wife should not do anything to make you uncomfortable because you are his helper. Can't you see that he was only looking for money? He was only looking for things from you. And you still stayed there and you are becoming now the intermediary, negotiating between a man and his wife, and you are playing the role of a girlfriend or a third or a fourth wife. What's wrong with you? I don't seem to understand. Maybe viewers, you understand this story better. Please share your thoughts. Why would a woman allow herself to be subjected to things like this? I understand spirituality. I believe anything can happen. But what will let her still be there doing things like this and will never ask for help? Throughout all this, staying there for more than 5 days, none of her friends, none of her family members knew this.
Listen to this. Different. Me won't be that. I didn't see no. Me won't be that. Assistant me pa chow. Wo de menko. Now that now de me bunko to dia pa chow. Ne tie me ni su amisu. Na me say abena. What come ate me nko. Na mo me sha obo say me nya obo ne da. Na me.
Just look at this. I don't want to use a certain word. Your rival is pleading with you to stay in her marriage to join the competition, and you don't sense anything. Your rival is being forced to plead with you that you don't leave, because if you leave, she's going to be in trouble with the man. And she's pleading that she's been with this man for over 8 years, but a lot of women have been coming in the house. But with you, the love the man has for you is extreme, and you are happy. Don't you perceive, or can't you discern that after he's had you, he will bring others, and you will become the same as the old wife you came to meet? Viewers, let's learn. People, let us learn.
And I'm not kasasa. It's a business me if you're on 1 week, 4 days. So girl ni who me be na na ne raho, or who me be na ne raho. Enti man kasa na me be kono me Jessica 10 million. E de ma omo say abena mu ni de mu be di. In fact, me ko ofia ho na de omo be di na eye den. So mu be di. Enti me tana me say abena je nefa ma wukunu. O so be so ko jame e wa akra na meko. Enti e na je 10 million na fa de e fa ma no. Amba later no be ma ni bedu akra no ka kire me say omo ba kwa lorry fe ho ayede na me say me ja abena sika so mfa anya de on fa ma 10 million na de na one face kana ma no ka kire me say abena fe na ka no kro bi o mu nyina age ne say 10 million no o de ma na enko de be abkonto papers edwane eja no enti no one fa 10 million anya de amma no na me say abena me nti bi nya sa de ne da minim.
You see, and now this lady who is new, one day, just a week in the house of a fetish priest, you didn't want to see a fetish priest. Now you found yourself in the house of a fetish priest. And now you've seen that the fetish priest's wife is even struggling with her stay as a wife in the house. And you are sponsoring their family with money, giving them money for food, money for transport, money for everything. And what has a fetish priest whom you saw today got to do with you? I mean, that he followed you to the airport to go back to Germany. Doesn't make sense. But she has made it possible. Our sister has managed to make this possible.
Wa brebe man ho na me kura no menti ase se me wa beta ware so se bi me ma ware pen be ma na me ne ti no ko fa oba e na miss me ye dem miss me ja na chiridi nti na nti na me dem beta ware so nti anti na ma nti ase.
Okay, see, so this woman also already left a husband. According to her, she used to be a married woman, but because the husband cheated, she left. But guess what? Let's assume, without admitting, that the first husband even did well, because whatever, if the husband cheated, it was not acceptable. But if your husband has cheated or made a mistake or whatever he did, according to this woman, you were bold enough to leave your husband who cheated on you. Now you are single. Look at this. First fake pastor want to sleep with you. A second spiritualist. Now he has got you on a silver platter. He didn't marry you. He slept with you. Easy. He's taking your money. Viewers, tell me, do you think this woman, when she was married, she was giving the amount of money she's giving to this fetish priest? She was even giving it to support her husband in their matrimonial home? I doubt. Do you think she was giving this money she's mentioned? Oh, gave him 100 million, I gave him 50 million. Would she be giving this money to her husband who has married her when she was married? Some of us, our decisions, we need to check some things.
Enti mi bedu akwantom kakra na be ma ya frɛ me. Aka na konfo ba cha frɛ me. Se na yire ni me. Anti na me wo ho no mo me ko ho be me chalo wote na hye no. Ne box ase nyina tete se bi mi ntine fidi kase wesu ngone ni ma se danka nyame ntua me ka. Anti na o mutimi frɛ me se bosu ma ba de so. No ma frɛ me se be ma na me ne ti no se chalo wote. Ne box ase so tete enti no ma jimisika. Na ma senis kana me dia ma wo mo me se enye hwe me so la me show mo ebu 55 million 60 million 70 million me wo hono ma me kodu ye 2 weeks pepepepe na mo frɛ me se ya chi na tum o akwaji obi sika 38 million police ni bi ene ne konfo ne chia me ote ne ho ene frɛ me abena ya chi na no na me sa na me dream kana me wa adwuma mo krampo nti me srɛ kwan se me yare o mo fa me nkofie na me yi sika na me de ma wo mo na mo ko yi ni free prison asema nkofo ba chebe ka cha me ane se wansoma me se me na me yi ni free prison na me se mimi ne mo hwi yo me timbe bi na police man ne frɛ me se ya chew enti mimi na me yi na me be yi anti ya me barely ni we na obedu fie 2 weeks be pe na frɛ me se ne ma me ewu asembe ni u ma me ewu se I.
So you see, this girl had no clue. This girl had no clue that she was being scammed. When they do these kind of scams and then they set up systems against you. You see, when the lady came to Ghana, the first guy that took this girl to this man knew what the plan was. Now, when this lady returned back to Germany, they called this girl that the man has been arrested in the police custody. And which police officer in Ghana has that time to call you in Germany to come and give a bail to someone in Ghana, Africa's police cells? Which police officer has that time? Trust me, they won't do that. But this lady sat there and spoke to somebody and accepted that that person was calling her from the police office. That is where another scam started. That she has no idea what she was doing. They scammed her. They made someone ring her that the man has been arrested, bring money and bail the man, and then we don't even bail people with money. Then she sent the money. As soon as the man came from the police custody, his so-called police custody, now the man is telling this lady that, oh, my mom is dead, so we need to go for funeral. And listen to the amount of money this girl, who was not even a married woman to this guy, spent on this so-called man's mother's funeral. Guys, we have to wisen up. When you are dealing with people in environments where you don't live, you have to be careful. If you don't live there, be very smart.
If you want to be maniska, and I'm using 110 million, and I'm a demand, send an aje, na mufanya yeno, and your mojime and see a diasica, or more me say, Mimini or Bam, and I'm say, I saw on your banete, me or worry me, minim the busia, me 1 week, 4 days in ye. They said na mo Jimmy and see Jessica. In fact, me a video of a year or more year, mo catch them your now say was I say. Me near more de quay, and I say, me meaning and I'm watching the honor. Oh, what the bachelor will be Germany in a video. And I'm say, oh,
you see another thing, a woman of 30 years, like herself, the way she's rattling the Ghanaian language, I'm telling you, this girl grew up in Ghana. She understands culture to a point. To the extent that at the CDA, things we used to, we give to the dead when they use, which they used to kind of bury the person. If you are not a proper wife, how come you pay money for a DCD when you have a family? And when you are attending your in-laws' funeral, you don't go alone. So your parents, your family would support you to prepare that thing you're going to give to them to use to bury the man, whoever that was dead, your in-law. So you just sat in Germany and sent 100 million, which is 10,000 Ghana cedis, and then equivalent to about a bit on top of $5,000. Okay, maybe roughly around $20,000. You sent it to them. I don't know if my math is right today, but I think 10,000 Ghana cedis split into like 4 or 6. You can get the figure roughly in Australian dollars. But look, this lady sat there and ignorantly, I think that would be the nicest word I can use for this, our beautiful sister, ignorantly sent money to a guy and made the guy's family, so-called family, buy their DCD, did everything for her as if she's a wedded wife. She's not a married woman to this guy, but she stayed there and allowed this to happen to her without speaking to anyone. I'm gonna have to feel or believe that this girl was hypnotized in a way, or some sort of spiritual thing was done to her, because she's already cast a few spells on herself. They've already cut her and put some mortal, you know what I mean, into her body. Maybe she's been under certain influence. Let's see what has happened, why this has happened to this sister. We will get to know very soon, and then we will see why she's talking and shedding tears. Let's keep going ahead.
Antina, me wa no manu afre me abna 60 million na me dia manu abna 70 million dia manu sa na odi ye me na omo ye ni wie ye no me wo no mo sa na ofre me sa abna wakwaje asase bi wa atase na ohene no wakwachichire bibi di ato asase ne so enti no ohene ni ntimi nto asase no ba de tie ne se ono ankasa no oni sika a odi betu asase no na asase ne 40 million na msi ona na sa ene miniska but wo de twa me yentu ya meka nti me gi sika no na me ye de me de sene no ene okokotwe no kacha me se abena me hu wo so bada na wo ye oba boafo pa ade a wa ye nyina fe se ye chi me tu me ma me hu ye besi nne no me hu se wo ye ni papa enti asase na wo de ma me ye 2 plot no me chiro baako edi wudin ato so na msi ona na me ha ho me de ehu hia me nti fama wo busia o si o de bi me pese me kire wo se me ye ni papa hu me ncheye na wotwe ene nne nan nti me pese me surprise o se ebesi nne ena kwambo achide asase be pene be ba kire me dia ene na me ye trofo na me nim se da be no de be ma me dia me de me nim eno ma mpa ba na me yi mani nti mo ho no ma wo si enframa o suma bi wono se fe ne mframa na se ono na de me free akonto mu twe me de me bre kwambo ache se me ye ne yire enti anti na so mo tifie ono mbede dio so mbe ye den oni nyina ada me so o mo ntare ehyem ne ba ne mpaboa ne yire ebedidi obey ni ti oni nyina ya me anti na ment na ha enyame anim ne me ntwa ntronto no so da se bi minim se oni bibia me beto o mo no mu ni hwe bebi ana omo da kra ni nso atimi yiri eba be fa omo da animu na omo tu ni nya na ya me ya eti na me bu omo de bia omo be didi omo be di o ne ba school fees mi na me tua enti atina me wo no mo sa na me ye madwe se akwe o tete me ase de bia o di matem kwas.
I think this lady wanted to be a nice person to this fetish priest, paying the kids' school fees, buying food for the family, feeding them, clothing them, doing practically everything for the family. I think she just wanted to be a nice person, and that sounds like it's kind of good to do such a thing. But the reason why you met this guy, this fetish priest, does not actually permit and encourage you to be going ahead with this. It's a different thing if you met someone, no strings attached, and you are helping the person. That's beautiful. But to go to the extent at which this lady is going, I think there was a problem.
Yeah, but so what all your about food and that is so. What me catch a sebi, Madame for me because no Italy say. Abana dear, me dinner time a year de cramp no best have ba. If we say, men over have a pamacho because men quan a minimum yano. And I'm a sister and a friend catch him say, eh, Abana, and I'm passable and why you would rampa. I'm sister, me nim a quiet pass of the copy if you're no more. Antina, me or no meba, also on TV. Only fridge, only gas, only shane na matotobi with the flat screen TV 55 inches bako, Samsung 45 inches. Din ya brand new na mde free abroche na mde bre womo. And I'm a demo and my fridge, furnace, a gas cooker, rice cooker, be beer or mo better mono. Because me koto mo crack report is sit on benyes kakrato bidi and na a day. Intimate sanya mo when na even container crack me digo mono, ejemesika 45 million. And so I'm reading your man do Ghana ha. And I'm young as me be free. Honor me buy, me buy, me name ban a buy. There's me better situation of your honey, a toilet to crane if you're hot, and so if you're honor, moment to a bullet bin a ho. It's me share situation betting the money or be I'm fair with your banana betting nasa when you would dinner me home to me. And I'm imagine saying, no, me and your toilet no. Or no, I say, make a buy toilet to the end and new. And Mimi and says if you're only a says if you're antina, say a moment area more back can cray. I can say comfort watch a brabo pan what see a antina. Uhuna. There was a crummy who no cast a bear my son me wire my brabo nantina me cause the musi papa. Because me she nipa my omni or matro my brabo mupana because she bema sebi ni wun na yinka. Now was such a lot and now was a frugunia but damn the boss was a singing out of tia. Me say me kabia me say would ye. Minim kwa me foso me ni ye ti de bia sana na meka na me da hye me hu cry na ti na me baba do we ye no sika me ba na de kuta me na sika na 250 million na kuta me cash enti me ba ye no say obeye eduro bia me da kwa abrochi akwakotonto e me eduro enti sa me eduro no de ma me no e na so be charge me oji me 65 million me odem sa na obeka kire me say we hu eyi oni me din komo ebra na me ba no say busu wo hu obi a o se obetimi ama me eni mama me de me ho kadan a ama menya tumi a me de me ho kadan a meyira na me say na me de ye dai e na obebo price ne kire me say riba kon so obegi 30 million and 25 million anti na me bedu Ghana no ogiska ne free me nchen minim nti eche na omode bosom ne baaye bosom na omode ba afio na me de mani hu na bosom no oba kra anya dai enko ho ye say oba nhura dem ho.
Okay, so viewers, you see what is going on here. I believe this lady is not telling everything the way it should be. She may be telling the truth, but there are things that she's trying to make her story sound too beautiful. One, you didn't know anything about fetish priest. Two, you'd never been to church before. So it looks like you didn't know much, you were just in between. And now you've been to this place and they are giving you spiritual substances to go and sell and you've taken them. Now they are bringing spirits like, let's call it gods made in a physical substance, and you were ready. You paid money for someone to bring you a spirit that you are going to use for something. And you are getting along with these things very well, and you are still complaining. This is very shameful.
And I'm saying, it's if it is not any shame to say, Bema ye tramentro, we can want to me, we tramentro. Enti manka hwe na medem diska ne yede e de ma no enti me ba yefifie ho no ka kire me say konfo na ode bosom ne ba ye ne say o credo bi ode be ma me ni nyina na me say e yaza because na me hu ne ma bi wo fie ho no ma e kire me say anya ade papa no mo yede o mo ye wo fie ho no mo na o say credo no ba ko bi 7 million enti no ope na me say ni sika na me de yede me de ma no enti na sika 200 and we ne kuta me ni nyina sa. And I'm a friend, my sister, e wo Italy catch me jam card man. I'm so nkosa ni misika. Ene ni kun na je no kosa ni misika. Nti okosa ni misika no. E na misika no so ni nyina asa. Ene ohu se me di dwapa wo fie ono ma. Ka ma na me kokosi wo. Ene mo be fie onyina obi atimi didi. E ma no hoto me wo video wa ha. Omu didi no mo nsa e hia. Omu di asa. Ni na anti na e photo.
So viewers, you see that this lady has spent all her money on this fetish priest. and his family, including his wife and his kids. He's built a house. Like, she's done everything with everything she had. Why? Because she thinks she's going to look for power, looking for protection. She wanted to look for a pastor. Now the pastor didn't work. It ended up not being a pastor. So she ended up seeing a fetish priest. And now she has fitted so well that she is now selling their products, selling souvenirs. Spiritual fetish priests are comfort souvenirs now for what they call Germany. She's selling things in Germany for this guy. You can see proof of money she's been sending to this fetish priest guy, who is just a scammer. See, people, we need to wisen up and understand that the power of Christ is there. But then don't be too superficial into thinking as if you want somebody to tell you something special. You've been to church. She's just lying that she's never been to church. Maybe she's never been to church. But then in Germany, there are churches. Trust me. Churches, established by Africans, churches established by white people, churches like multicultural churches. So many of them, you find them in Germany. So why would you go on social media to look for a pastor? Because you want to test someone who is audacious, who is powerful. And now you've found powerful people because you don't want to listen and go through Christianity the way it should be. I don't know if she's a Christian. Why would you live your life anyhow and expect the power of God to come and work for you when you know that Christianity accepts holiness, righteousness? Christianity has its own standards, and you don't want to live by any of these standards, yet you want to benefit from the power of God. So you want to just cut corners, go and meet any pastor you think is powerful. This is what you get. Because, viewers, Christianity is not drive-through service where the food is already cooked. You get there, you get served so long as you have your money. Christianity has got to do with maturity that come with time, come with years, age, experience, years of commitment, years of sacrifice, years of studies. That is how you build up your protection in Christ. You don't just get up one day and say, I want this, then you just go and you expect a pastor to just pick it from the counter and give you. This is what you get. So just repent and follow Christ properly. Let's just listen. This ending part will blow your mind.
Denesi, confoy. Abla confo. Denesi. Wanyemo. Wanyemo.
The question that has been thrown to this lady is, has this fetish priest impregnated you? Then she's not able to speak. What has happened that you are talking like this and running your mouth like that? Has he impregnated you? Listen to her answer.
Washego. Imanoi. Confana nyimwana.
Atina patwai.
Dennis
it happened.
Atina de sisi ekura ne say. Me kodu me ko me fa Italy. Ese me ko chia me sister baako. Enti me do one na me ka che de say my force ene ne be ne really say hamadwen ya so pe force. Ndi force ni kran so me ba me de be brain o. Enuane ne ma me de ba fie o na se wani. Ena osaso pe force nti do na me ka che me sister say onye force ni ma me. Ena mo ye force no de force ni ko Ghana. Nti mo de force ni be do Ghana na me tua force ni ho ka 15 million da ma o mo dada. Na driver ni a eye taxi driver ni akofa ne ma ni free. Habo e de ba VIP station sanso bebe senema o mo tua ho fa nyina de ko kuma e ba kuma se ase no. Medisika 55 million de sene eye nana boache. Ese on fasika ni bi na o ma na yere 5 million. Na o sun kipi bi na o fa 2.7 e fa ma taxi driver ni na odi ne ma ne ye de e bre o mo no. Antina medisika ne ma ni wie ye ma nti kwa boache nka biom. Me hono ma na ofre me ga che me say ai de bia me de gu no so say papa ni mu ate say no ombi account da. Enti na de me mo mensam wo bi account me yenu e de 10 million akwakoto mu na me say oh in fact na me sister ho me bo me nsam sa na me say mo wa ya de sa na be ma ye de eye because wo eyire enu mienu wo sa so wo ma enum e ka ho enti wo ni account dia enye and I say abna we de mama wani ewu we de scan de ma me ma akoko bia account
abna ni nyina wa ye den na sisi ato tia ama wote ya
yo antina sika na o afa ma driver ni no e na me frɛ no e ka chance nana me frɛ ne ka na ire no na me ka chance abna ada na wo kunu ye me sa sense me hu no oni no kra ma me da in fact abna ka chance be ma na tu kwan into oba obeka kire no be ma ni free account mu na oba ye comfort boache no e na me frɛ na me se wona na wo ba. And I say, aye, maba. na wo jimi ana adentin na okata sa oba na me say nti oba e wo sa abna mo ho ye na mafa ye funu ama wo wonim pa se menyim to wo musa me kran pa se aden na abna wo ho kra te sen e na okacha me se me nkwasi asem na wo jimi sem na e ya okasa ni ha no wo bodan papa kwasi aba te se wo ma metwe dan duru waka wo to wo ye oba fu tanta te se wo na hwe me nti den wo jimi ana krasini ba nam sina na me pa cho nya botem de boss magu na se nya po a cho to bona me nchirechirem asem aye den esi.
You see, when she mentioned this when I was going through the video, I knew that this lady knows a lot about spirituality. How can you say like you are pleading with him using his gauze? So you kind of understand how the system works. So it seems to me like you've been with these people, you've done a few things and things have backfired, and now you want to come out and say things like this. And then you are lying. My major concern for this topic is that why are the people that are doing satanism, that are doing witchcrafts, that are doing evil things, using the name of Christ as something that they are doing, saying that they are Christians? Oh, may you suffer. Why are they saying they are pastors? Aren't they confident about the fetishism, the fetish things they are doing, so that they will say they are fetish priests? But why are they lying to people that they are pastors? And people think when they mess up like this, then people are blaming the church, people are blaming pastors. But this guy knows he's not a pastor. He knows he's not a pastor.
Yeah, me partner Chobia never made di matamankasa. Enti asem no me to wonom na me suwa na ma hom te na me sa twa plane ticket. Na se me kodu e hokra no. 1 month pepe o na asem we si na me sa twa ticket na me sa sam echi na maba. Me ba do akra asem obeka che na danfo ne se ohia me kura wo fie ono obi a woni mafa yafunu. Oka che so ohia me kura wo fie o. Me na me sa so twa wo hwa wo yire hwa wo ma. Se enketiafo etie me na so omunim kwambo acha setena na otim. Ena oba ho even me ne yire ne kura na mkrom obi ka che se eh maame wo ho aye papa. Esisi ada matise sika ba. Ni nya na ube free emo wo ha. Matise ne sika ba mo ho aye da mo ho atomo. Enketiafo be ka no kura.
So you see, she's been spending all her money on this fetish priest and the fetish priest's family, to the point that now the fetish priest's wife has also joined the thing. When she is calling the man to tell him about what things that are going on badly for her, the wife of the fetish priest is telling this lady that the man has traveled. Meanwhile, he's there. Because it is a system they have set up to scam you. And you've cheapened yourself so badly that they've got you at all ends. You've spent all the money, built a house, built this, spent on them, giving them this, sending false bills and everything. What is this? It's as if you can't get a husband to marry in Germany. Why can't you get a husband in Germany that you need to go and do all these things when my major issue is, if this lady's husband in Germany took her money, the money she's mentioning, a husband who was married to her, took this money from this lady or got this lady to do these things she did for this stranger for him. Trust me, hell would have broken loose. The way I Cheska African. But you see, she has divorced the husband and she's gone out there going through this. Just listen. It's terrible.
Mary Solis abna owusua.
Mantio.
Me the Mary Solis abna owusua antobam.
When you feel say?
If I chafe me 30 years.
Who call German now feel say?
Me wapa di kan de ba Italy. Nti ho no ma ye be call school Accra. Nti me wo ho no ma na me wapa ka chem se me mfi ho no na me nko German na me nko bo me bra.
Ti utu kwan ukabo mo afie be say ni.
Oh, be 13 to 14 years ni.
Me to me say Germany now kwa sorry.
If I da bi me nsi asori dem da.
Unko bi da.
If I da bi.
Ha, ntia. Ti se wo si asori dem da. Den ti na ma uko Facebook say, wo hwehwe prophet. Odifo hwan for na wapemwa. Dem wan ko na wo hia bra.
Why? You've never been to church before. Why are you looking for prophet?
I said me wo ha no bi ni ma ba beda. Nti se obi o Germany obeka me ntimi kra mfa be ma e wo Germany ma foto ma
ntimi mfa na se be ma ba ho
oba me ho
ba djuma no ntimi nya bi
like oba me ho kra pa me ngintum.
So you see, she's not able to even accept a man, and she thinks because somebody sleeps with her in her dreams, so she in her mind is saying she doesn't accept any other man because someone sleeps with her in a dream, like those kind of things that we always hear about. And look, I believe something like this. I know Evangelist Bright lives in Germany. He's been to Australia before. I believe Evangelist Bright will be able to be of help to you. And she can't tell me she doesn't know about Evangelist Bright, because Evangelist Bright lives in Germany. He's got radio station in Germany, and he was a well-traveled man. Many people know him around the world. He's all over on social media. The same social media where you picked these scammers from Ghana and went there to be scammed happily. You can find Evangelist Bright on Facebook. Same spot. And if you spoke to somebody, they will guide you, lead you to people in same Germany. You wouldn't need to travel. And so you set yourself up to fail. And one thing I don't understand about some women, which ladies, if you are watching us, please tell us why things like this sometimes do happen. Why is it that most women keep friends, and most of their male friends are people that have either proposed to them before or people that are still proposing to them? Those are the male friends of most women. Tell me, I may be wrong, but please send in your comment and tell us why women like those things. Is it because they always tell them what they want to hear, or that's how they are, or they just like to keep things like this? Because this lady here was told right over the phone by the first fake pastor, who is a fetish priest, that he wanted to sleep with her. And she still went ahead and met her, went to his place. This fake guy sent it to another person. You still bothered the bus from Kumasi and went to Kumasi to meet him. First day he wanted to sleep with you, you didn't leave. Second day he wanted to sleep with you, you didn't leave. Third day, fourth day, fifth day, he got his way to sleep with you. So come on, let's get through this. We would be done.
Just say me ne be ma bia mentimi nka nche say ebia me no obetina da bi mentimi nya say because of sudden me suro say me no obedenti.
Ti osofo wo Facebook Germany kakrakai Italy kura watena ho kakrakai wanya osofo bia nka wasem se ho de nka sofo no oben Pentecost wo ho, Methodist wo ho, Church of Christ wo ho, Assemblies wo ho, sorry biara se kura de abroche if the Matthias Ghanaian Assembly yanya brofo de ne yako wanya osofo bia wo Germany se o ko Facebook na osofo unim no ana wo ko yi ni number na wo fa no nyonko tare da bia kr na wo ka wo hintasam adechere na brother
yeah
antina em say ebram papa ka say me nko na me go bo me bran me obi a me pen na fosam me to me ni adamfo me say madwuma no na dwuma me ye no me start enumre 7 a chisa no pa 7 me ba bebeda nti ebra me no me hu say owo eyini so na wo cheche utie ne kasa mu no in fact utie eje kasa mu wo online a wo be kasa bia oye nipa bia eye sofo na me ko ne nche no nam no so ma me kopie konfo ne nche no utie ne kasa mu wo be kasa bi crop nyankopon se nifa so ko se na bi o si bi kasa no nti ne me kasa no se ma me pe wadamfo nti ono ko ne totally me by force
na Matthias we ya sofo a woni no ukura se unkwa sori na wako Facebook akoyi osofo no number na watu atare na bari anyambia obedru Ghana osofo no ntina bai
tell me
ya den akopie dan sori fie
me ba Ghana no de na me ni obi wo ho ntina ma me ba nti na meja me ba na so ama ni ba kona na me ne nete no
oni obi te atwempena
ni atwempena but na me wo Germany no nipa na wo
Matthias nti wa ubaye no waja oba no ho ena su osofo nchen ti ukoye no sofo na dika kache wada ne su acherewo se wanu masem a wo kan ye no kra ose mefawo mwana wo hia no gisa mefawo na me the sperms eno kra wo se e ka bibi che se ba bia ugina no e hotro na watumi anya adaje mo na wo sie o se wanfawo na wanya adaje no ato so wanya adaje amana tetew no ato so wanya adaje twako obi a woni ne da na waso akọ na wodi so dwom na waba adentia
antina ebra no ka se woni me beda no a me ka se me mpene no wa like okachem se ne ontimi nya bibia fama na me se ne wonyai nti no me koye ena ase ho ha no afre me ho te sen na bambo no me nya na ipato wa bambo no me nya na me se we ne me ba no ho nti na se oyiye no to nchen nti na se me ba ho no ma on fasa de ne nye de entata me biom ena de be ka bambo no ho asem ye den e de kire me se no bobo me ho ban. In fact, me call a comfort batch one crown or bomb me again bush you need dear or see the bacon and me down.
Missy software coming him so software their cocoa when I would the kind of watching. What could be a yahama who said, what cross or no better? Tell ya then I saw some fruit biumpa, cowba compan, cobika home, unqua, now unqua sancoy. And I'm a coin of friend, a spiritual father, software. Now, what be do spiritual father? Why would not care, Muno? I will buy why you're confuciano. Who we are now?
Me who ye?
I don't know one sign.
Antina
12 midnight.
Me what Antina me can't pass it. Na me nim ade na ekoso na because
Debbie.
Me share be na kotina na pass
na. Jimmy for. So what Jimmy and a dro be Jimmy. So for no ho kura no onye wadro. And so to be to us, I will be also before to us. Now I tell and at Nakem na minim or buy a yen sell a bosomen clone. And then we are saying who want to come cry usro. Kumase woman than one for car bus. She tem Kumase. Na memra think I would do abu one was a I am confused. Such of ways or cassing in your software. Yeah, where they are software, Bonnie Yabo Mutin Mam Sameti. Now I call Obia Sefufu said, Dano, ya do be das ye chautia. Think I'll bet Trawam or one up and what chauti. Aden, who think you so?
Antina, na minim the queen, me crown, just a medium crime and tiasi. A quite identify to say,
what yes,
medium crime.
Who did not do say what of one view?
Medi, now watching,
and then Jedica wa Fifuano. And also, when you're
Antina, me could do one.
You make kiss her.
Or the
Besia Cassia.
Obey me, mean to me, Shaman also. Like me, won't be that.
May say no free ho call. Now come for them at the aunting. You call her and Pieda.
Antina, me come be just say, me who ask my coffee on me, who say me call. Me who say me call, not a day back to me, boy, man, they say, no, me tickets. No, I can't just 4 days. I send me.
Viewers, according to this lady, when she got to that guy's house, she didn't feel like leaving. Nothing, like she couldn't control herself. So she kept, like she got stuck in there. Didn't know how to leave for some reason.
Free one no more.
And then out to me pay coy.
And no crown me can say menko. Or no confound and catch me say menko na menko ye juma.
I then now saw them.
Antina, just a me would
now saw them.
Antina, ya minim rukweni me who me.
Obia, what will say? Bama crab benwa, and you're there. Of one dear, or if one of their sold him.
Antina, means nephew the ketty was soon chantro. Even Bema cry me worry no say Ebenezer Becano cry. 1 whole year, and I'm in it if you can man and find enemy neither.
It's a banana confronted dear.
Antina, I don't know, name died and come in now, medium, me no mean tea be cried
and Canadian.
Me, only me, then I may tell
I order.
And me come with son and say, ah. Na minute bem minti me kwa ne be me bia nhia na ye me den kwase me ro kwase obi ne menda o ka che me se afi ne me hia be ma ese ono ba ma brabom a ya hye nkomato wo se mimi ni ne yere enu nti na de ne ye de e ye san
ti san nanti a efi osofo ho ya tetew na wato aso a ba kumase abehye komfo de fie hom ti na busu ni binim
Ipacho busu ni bi ani mo hwe
no family knew it.
Last month May moon me buy no e na me wo ha na papa frɛ me
ka de di kan a wo tu free kran obi a frɛ bro kire du Ghana wan ko fie mpa nkoche abusua.
So you see, when some of us travel back home to Africa, this is how we end up getting problems sometimes. You see, she traveled from Germany to Ghana on this mission, never went home, never told anyone like on her side from her family that she was in Africa. She just went to Africa, stayed in Africa, did whatever she wanted to do, stayed with this first fake guy, went to this second fake guy. So if anything dangerous happened to her, no one would have known that something had happened. And this is how scammers get people, and I mean, sometimes they hurt them. We've had a lot of news in Ghana these days and around the world where people are taking lives and all that. And it's sometimes because of this. They set you up in a way that you don't let anyone know where you are. So when they get you to take advantage, they go all out because there will be no one to trace you.
What do you feel yourself for straight? Kumasi. Obeshare comfort on say.
Obeshia mo airport no de me back Kumasi.
Enti na say na obedi wo ho.
Di busumi mienu e wo fie ho no.
2 months.
Nipa cho da bi em se me ba ho no mbeye busumi. E na me papa frame me say abna wo he na me say oda maba Ghana. E na o ka che me say maba Ghana na me wo ho enchen. Na me so me o madam fu bi nchen. Enti woni me papa kasa e ka che me papa say oye sumbe we busa na say na oye hwan. E na so oye sumeka. Na oso ampa boa de kwa echi no oba ako. And I'm busy. Not now, cause I'm not me papa. Can Ukraine there? Fetch my papa. No, or can the crunch my papa? Me papa near the empeneso. It's in my papa phone and Sabna. We are sure say Branty and you are brought here wanty and I Branty anyway because me tell Casema or Nishi. I'm so dying, yes, sir. That be wait or when you be or not at the other door. And I'm a chamber pantrosa. Not me the mitraso.
Nani in our show. Abra T. When she come for ya. Minimum money, minimum problem no. Tina a swan so say. I was so waste time. My yet two or babesia. Sabasha come for her. What do you think? Meboa. Why you defe what's a Ghana now? Fay what on Cassie and Fesicademra. Till we hear more Sabu Sumi Mianua, one come for Kwambua Chitline. No sick as within 2 months.
Within 2 months, ne dear. Me bet na fie on me spend sika 350 million e wo ho.
Busumi mienu. Nampacho Germany a wotie no. Wakachi a wote say.
Me pacho me 1,500.
Dey adwuma na wo ye.
Me pacho me wo Germany na me restaurant adwuma ba.
300 million. Utumi nya no busumi.
Me pacho dey.
Busumi mienu.
Me pacho dey.
Utete bills any transportation free mo a utumi nya.
Me pacho dey bi.
Na wa be she ha. Abna for 100 bra o se konfo what dey na dey ntije sa abna hwemanim sa na koso
antina
ti ya hwe na sai na wo ne konfo na tena
July we any 1 year me hu no
ti bra ofa wo wie ye no wedding say ho no kra na me yema hye me kese
yeah
senka wunya ho atete kra ka bedwane woni obi na eche wabehia ho o say me fa abna dinse wode de na dinse
me de esuo epo ene ahonhom e wo wiase nyina o ma me bobo esuo bi kra me nnimu edin e na o ha so ka se me fa ahonhom o wiase nyina fa nka ho na me fa nni me ho nse o wie nso no o de me kogina nsuo mu e ka kire me se oye ema fe ne se be ma na me ne wo ho no abedo me enso no ne yire na ono ne tire ka kire me se waye ni bi e ma ne di kosua miensa afa ne ho ejina ensuo mu na juto for clock se ne ode ye me 19 no
me ko e kura no wako to se papa e kura ne oba na te dem ti ne yire da nie na otwi uso woda afofrom adan di adronko
antina
sense na udi ye no usa konsom kodi se
me sa konsom de kosua miensa fafa me ho
o ko ne se kwa be so na fa so koy
anadwo ne me ne koye ena omame edi kosua no efe
wo ye da koy naked
ni pacho I made ntoma bom mu na ekpa ye kodu nso na
miss naked
I me yi ntoma no efiri me ho
naked
na nsuo ni mfimfi
usuo abna ko jira nsuo ni mu na aka de eno so
antina meka minim ni.
Viewers, you see, so this guy caused this lady to walk into a stream in the night naked, stood in the middle of the stream, and then cast spells on herself. The guy is going to talk shortly, but I believe this story will have to be continued. If not, this program is going to be extended extremely. So we're going to have to cut it here, and then we will hear the rest of the story next time. I'll try and bring it in. If I need to cut it in another day before our time, we will do that. But look, viewers, let us be very careful, especially those of us that travel overseas. This lady is a lady in Germany that has traveled to Africa, and look at the ordeal she's gone through. Why? Because she has decided to live a reckless life. It's a choice at this stage. But when she got in there, I believe, like Sister Kua has sent a comment which she says that she believes this lady's story is so strange, and that she believes that she must have been on some spell or something. It's highly possible, because I don't think a very reasonable person, a sensible person would do this if you are not under any spell. But the issue is, how did she first find herself in the house of the fetishes? This is where it all started from. There are so many of them on social media that keep sending you messages. They tell you things, they come on your page, they just send you, come doubling money. Now the story of Komfo Agrada in Ghana, I mean, when it comes to how she's been arrested because she's defrauding people, promising people that she could double money and all that, is also a pending issue. And she is one of such people. Viewers, let us be very wise and know that hard work pays. Bible never speak against hard work. Okay, and if you think you are going through any spiritual issues, Christianity is a self-service. Christianity is like buffet. Join the Christian race, join properly, be a Christian, live a Christian life, okay? And then the power, the protection you desire, you will get it. You don't need anything. So the person has cut your shoulders, put things in there, the pain you've gone to endure. But you've gone there for them to do these things to you, and then you are shutting up. Now you are talking like this. You bought a ticket from Germany to Ghana, went back to Germany just because you went to frustrate yourself. You've bought a ticket again back just to be talking about these things in a radio station. What do you want? Sad. My last point I want to talk about when it comes to this lady's story is how women treat husbands overseas. In Abroche, send a moya memma near them. Moya pre after now bedroom reduced to clay. Now drew sage. We now feel now yes. Oh, say pa, what you have gone through. You wish you had your ex-husband whom you thought cheated. Because if we are speaking about cheating being a crime, which we agree is very bad for a husband to cheat or a wife to cheat. But now what you've gone to do to yourself, what is it? You've still not settled. Now you are crying that you can't even say yes to a husband. To a man, you can't even accept a proposal. Are you even receiving proposals? That's another story. But someone proposed, someone saw value in you, put money on you, married you, and now you kicked him out because he went to cheat. Beautiful. It's understandable he cheated. But sometimes we should be a bit long suffering. We should suffer a bit longer before we take our final decision. I believe this lady has regretted even leaving the first husband or whatever. And you've already got a child on the side. That is a different story altogether. You are a mother, single mother. And now you are chasing after fetish priest to fetish priest looking for a pastor. But like I said, Evangelist Bright is in Germany. He's an anointed man. I've seen him work. He's been to Australia before. I can't tell the source of his thing, but then when I saw him in Australia, he was doing wonderful things. He was preaching the word, doing what he had to do. If you spoke to Evangelist Bright or even rang him, maybe he could have even driven to you or helped you out in prayer. And I believe the anointing of God would have worked for you. Now look at what has happened to you. Viewers, we'll continue this program. I believe we have to continue this program from where we are leaving off. So just prepare yourself. We're going to listen to the man, the fetish priest that scammed him, and we will listen to the fake pastor. The man said, I never said I was a pastor. I'm not a pastor. Guess what? This is the end of today's edition, and it has been your brother Ebenezer on Koda TV today on Kingdom Update. God bless you and see you again next time.